Good afternoon, my degenerate crypto friends. How you doing this fine afternoon? I'm doing lovely, lovely, lovely. So I saw this post on X said, buying coins at the 200,000 to 500,000 range is the sweet spot in my opinion. Big enough to make many X's while not having to invest much to get 1%. I hate buying the micro caps because although it's super cheap to get supply, it almost never pans out unless you sell within 10 minutes. I don't know where this dude operates, but 200 to 500,000 is that's like nothing. That's just like throwing away your money, buying something under $1 million. I don't know. That's weird, but it's an interesting question because what is the best market cap to buy a coin at? You guys know what market cap is, right? Cryptocurrency prices by market cap. So obviously Bitcoin is number one at 1.5 trillion. Ethereum is at 300 billion. So under $1 million, that's insane. But I feel like between like 100 million and 300 or 400 million, I feel like that's what he's saying. He says 1,000. But yeah, between 200 million and 500 million, that's like an awesome range to buy at because you've got a well-established coin, but can easily run to like $1 billion. So if it's not easily run to $1 billion, but if it's 300 million, you have at 900 million, you already have a 3x. So you got over 3x if you go 300 million to 1 billion. And depends also on the market. If we're in a bull market, that happens so much. It happens so much. So if you find stuff that's like over 100 million, you're going to get an easy, 4 or 5x off that. If the crypto market continues to go in the type of cycles it's been. Right now, everything is so cheap that I think it's better to buy like in the billion range, like the billion to 5 billion range, because you're going to get, you got an easy 5x right now where we are right now. But anyways, let's see what ChatGPT says about this. Large caps, 10 billion, Ethereum, Solana. Okay, so lower risk, strong liquidity, institutional interest, slower upside 2 to 5x. So he's saying 2 to 5x. I think right now this is the best deal. The large caps. It's the best deal right now. I mean, you got an easy 5x and you got the institutional interest. Like we know for sure that these coins are going to do well in the future. And from here, like the next 5 years, it could actually do much better than that. Maybe we could get a 20, 30x. It's possible. We're already seeing the real adoption, right? But when we see the price follow the adoption that's happening right now, we don't necessarily need to go to smaller coins. So I wouldn't even risk most of your money on the smaller coins. In my case, I'm just buying these big ones because they're super cheap right now. They're super cheap. So, you've got Solana at below 90 right now. Solana's been up to 300 in 2 different cycles. So you've already got a 3x, mostly assured, I think. You got BNB is only down about 50% from its high. So this is a great coin, but you don't have big gains necessarily on the coin. Avalanche is at 929. Its lowest in the last 5 years has been like 8. So, and it's gone up to like 150 or 140, something like that. So really, you could just buy, top coins like this, and then you got Chainlink. Chainlink it's not as low as some of the other ones, but it's pretty low. So, you don't need to do more than that. But okay, well, let's go back here. Then we have the mid caps, 1 billion to 10 billion. So according to ChatGPT, this is a sweet spot. It says, still earning enough for meaningful upside, already proven production traction, listed on major exchanges. Not as explosive as microcaps, but far less likely to go zero. So this is kind of talking about the ones that I mentioned are between the Solanas and like the Chainlink and the Polygon. It's like the whole range of top coins. Polygon is very cheap right now. Polygon is very active in real world assets and a lot of things. It's at 73 right now. It hadn't gone down to 90. It used to be in the top 10. So Polygon, I think, should be in the top 25 for sure. So Polygon, that's a great one. And then says, okay, so our sweet spot is kind of like the mid to top range altcoins, right now. This is according to ChatGPT. So we're talking around 1 billion, roughly 1 billion to a few billion, I would say. That's a great sweet spot right now if you want to get kind of like more of an assured 5 to 10x. Small caps, 100 million to 1 billion. This is what I mentioned before. Like, you want to be over 100 million because then that's an established coin. It sounds like a lot, but in crypto it's very little. Over 100 million and under a billion. So you got, a few X's there, easy. So high growth potential, 10 to 50x. 50x is very difficult. The most I've ever gotten myself since 2021 is like a 20x. 20x or slightly more. I got a 20x on UFO. It was a gaming coin, and also on Solana, because Solana went down so much. But anyways, so these are more narrative driven, and there's a higher failure rate. Yeah, and then when we're in the bull market, different narratives take off, AI or gaming or DeFi trends. Like lately, a DeFi page, like yesterday, a DeFi page just went through the roof for no apparent reason. Anyways, and then you have micro caps under 100 million, extreme upside. Here you can definitely make a 50 or 100x. Extremely liquid and volatile, high probability of failure and scams. I mean, if you get by anything under 100 million, that's so risky. If we're in the beginning of a bull market and everything starts going up, then yeah, it can work, but totally risky. Totally. Let's see what Grok has to say. The sweet spot for buying altcoins is typically in the 100 million to 1 to 2 billion market cap range. That's also what I said. Even before I looked at this, before I looked at ChatGPT, that's what I said. Over between 100 million and 1 billion. That's like, normally that's your sweet spot. Strong balance of high upside potential in a bull run. It's got to be a bull run with somewhat manageable risk compared to ultra low caps or large ones. So why this range? You got high growth room. A coin of 200 to 500 million can realistically do 10x to 50x. I would say it can realistically do 10 to 20x. 50x is a lot. It's a lot. If it gains traction, narratives, AI, DePIN, RWA, if that catches on or lists on major exchanges, sometimes listing on an exchange is bad, because, especially for meme coins, because it's like sell the news. When people buy into a meme coin before it gets listed, once it gets listed, they dump it. They dump it because it like pumps up and then it just drops. And so actually for meme coins, getting listed can be like your death. It can be like your grave. So proven traction. Many have working products, communities, or real use cases. Well, I don't know about that. There's a lot of 100 millions out there that are pure hype. Liquidity and survival odds. Better than micro caps. Easier to enter exit without massive slippage, but still volatile enough for big moves. Yeah, so it's not like the thing of little small coins, they don't have liquidity, and it's just one big buy, one big sell, and it's a goner. So so we have micro caps 50 million to 100 million, small caps 100 million to 1 billion, mid cap 1 billion to 10 billion, large cap 10 billion. I don't think we need to really go on. No reason to make this video too long. Okay, so tips for the sweet spot. Let's just see these tips real quick. 200 million to 800 million is often cited as ideal for gems with real potential, but not yet hyped to death. Focus on narrative and fundamentals, strong team, utility, active development, growing TVL users, and good tokenomics. Avoid pure hype. I don't know how many, that many projects under like 500 million have a lot of TVL or users. It's mostly hype at that point. Timing matters. Buy during bear market lows or early recovery when caps are suppressed. Alt season amplifies gains. Yeah, but you have to be careful. You don't want to buy in a bear. You don't want to buy smaller coins in a bear market, unless it's like now. Now it's like we've been sitting at the bottom for a while, so the chances of going much lower are very, very odd. So I don't think now is a bad time to buy lower caps. Diversify. Don't put everything in one coin. Obviously, use DCA, dollar cost averaging. Obviously, set take profit levels, and only invest what you can afford to lose. Set take profit levels when you're buying in a coin that you don't know if it's going to be around. But if you are buying like Sol, ETH, etc., you don't need to take profit right now. I don't think you can just sit and wait for a network effect. Wait for more people to get in, more companies using them, more institutions buying them, because the price it's going to have to be worth more in the future. Do your research, check liquidity, fully diluted validation, circulating supply, and beware of rugs. Usually when it gets big enough, you don't have to worry too much about it because other people have already checked this stuff, but not always. I mean, look at this 𝗪𝗿𝗽 thing. This 𝗪𝗿 thing was ridiculous, how it crashed. And this happened with other big coins too. So anyways, so that's it. The sweet spot this is about right. 200 million to 800 million. That's a sweet spot. But we do need a bull market for that to pan out. So hope you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening. Enjoy your life, enjoy your family, be happy, be grateful, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.